Now sports with Bella Michaels.
Just in today, UTRGV reveals their first ever football helmet. Alex, they really got me doing my workout. I haven't been doing it. I literally just got on cam. The game just ended. It was a back and forth, exactly what we predicted. So let's just hop right into the action. Take a look at the highlights. Coach, before the game,
with a big old smile on my face.
Yes.
I'm happy tonight, Bella. I'm happy.
You're always happy.
Go ahead.
But
Yes,
before
ma'am.
the game, you told me that y'all were going to show up, and you sure did. How do you feel about that?
The one thing you can...
Qual è stato il momento più difficile per te finora qua?
چون رابع انقات هلا من بخلوني على السورة ديان ليشان سبخرتن لاب معيت so I'm sure يمخ وبعيني همزمة منه
con la esperanza de motivar a la siguiente generación de futbolistas.
Si tengan problemas.
While most of the talk has surrounded the dad bod god Nikola Jokic, who's been making history all season long, his teammates stepped it up last night to show they could also hold down the fort when he was forced out early in the fourth quarter because of foul trouble. But now there's yet another obstacle thrown in the way. So how do you feel having to fight Charles Oliveira coming up on May 6th, which is actually your birthday?
Yeah, you're the first one to actually know that.
Then she decided, I'm going to put these gloves down while I'm on top. Now she walks away as the most decorated champion in UFC women's history. I'm here at Coach Craig Krell's house, and we are about to have some coffee. Coach, let's just start off with, how do you drink your coffee?
Bella, I'm going to be honest. I hate coffee.
Alex, you could just feel the tension rising on both sides for these crosstown rivals. They signed him on a two-way deal earlier this week on Wednesday. The Philadelphia 76ers have signed RGV Vipers forward Louis King to a two-way contract. Vegas clinched that title after a 9-3 win over the Panthers. Mark Stone's hat trick was the first in a Stanley Cup final since 1996 when Colorado Avalanche's Peter Forsberg did it.
Donna North senior Louis Cavazos is looking to make a comeback this year. Last year, he was aiming to become a regional champion in powerlifting. Then, tragedy struck.
I was in the work and they called me, so I drove back. And it's just a terrible feeling.
A phone call that changed his life, finding out that his 15-year-old sister Lisa was killed by an accused drunk driver while she was walking home with a friend.
It's something you don't recover from. When you love someone, it's just like you can't overcome that. You just get used to the pain and they live day by day and try to get better.
Louis would be away from home for days at times since he was working 3 jobs to financially support his single mother.
I was trying to do school, college, football, work. It was no sleep, no anything. It was hard.
Powerlifting became his remedy.
You get away from all your problems, and the way you could express yourself on the weight is just something you can't do in real life.
This season is for Lisa.
She would look up to me. And now my wife is like, I'm looking up to her. So it's just, the script changed now, so.
And Louis achieving his goals.
If you were to go in the locker, I have my goals on a board. So right now, I already hit my squat goal and my bench goal. So I already made new ones. So every day is just like, you see numbers going like this.
I love the fact that he's goal-driven. Sometimes I even have a hard time keeping out of the way. Louis, you got this. Go, man. We got one more set. We got one more rep.
Louis is working to become Donna North's first state champion in the 123-pound powerlifting weight division. His sister's case is still ongoing, but he uses it as fuel.
It's not some reason I would give up, because what kind of example would I give to her? So it's just more fuel, more motivation, and there's a reason why I'm doing this for her.
In Donna, Bella Michaels, Channel 5 Sports.
I think it's real easy to accept, just with the blessing of them making it after being born at 23 weeks and being 1 pound 7 ounces.
Being the son of a baseball coach, it's only natural to want to play ball. Watching his brothers play, Brett Matlock wondered why he couldn't.
They just got to naturally play because they weren't born like I was.
Brett and his twin brother Ryan were born 17 weeks premature.
Every day I heard that over and over and over. If they survive, if they survive. And finally, when I went in one day and I was like, how is it today, Dr. Porter? And he's like, oh, everything's great. And I was like, wait, what? Because I didn't know if I was taking my babies home or what was even going to happen.
At 4 months old, Brett was diagnosed with retinopathy, a blinding eye disorder. but he insisted on playing baseball.
I can't really participate in what my brothers are doing. How did that make you feel?
It made me feel a little, inferior.
His brother took him out to play catch.
He goes, I want to show you that you can't see the ball. And I didn't believe him. I was like, I got it, man. Had my glove in my left hand. Tried to catch the ball. Well, didn't catch it. Hit my chest. And that's when I said, okay, can't do it. And he said, that's what I wanted to show you.
So his parents suggested a no-contact sport like running. In his first marathon, Brett almost quit at the 20-mile mark, but his older brother Dylan jumped in and joined him.
They were all in, flip-flops, jeans. They were not in the running attire to do it with me. They haven't gone 20 miles. I said, I can do this.
He crossed the finish line and went on to run 4 more marathons after that.
Just to watch him and him to be able to achieve something without his vision, he can achieve that running, and I think it gives him something to hang his hat on since he doesn't have baseball.
He recently achieved his goal of living on his own.
The daily adult things that don't involve running, paying my bills, trying to cook something, and I've been able to read the directions.
And they should be in wheelchairs and have feeding tubes, and they should not be functioning normal at all.
I'm grateful for my family and my friends that do come to know me, that do want to understand me, because I'm worth it.
In Edinburgh, Bella Michaels, Channel 5 Sports.
Being a coach's wife means going long periods without seeing your husband. But for Michelle Matlock, things are quite a bit different.
We have a hotel for San Antonio.
Feeling real stressed and real anxious and everything, and I was at the doctor and they were like, well, has anything changed in your life? I was like, well, I am working with my husband now, and I'm with him pretty much 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they're like, do you think that might be it? I was like, oh yeah, maybe.
Michelle's husband is UTRGV head baseball coach Derek Matlock.
You are the baseball wife. You run things here. What is it like working with your husband?
At first it was interesting because I was used to him being gone all the time and, me being by myself. I decided to do it and I love it.
And it was a lot more for her to take on than she expected. Anytime you're looking at something from the outside, you don't really know what it's about till you get on the inside.
Before, I'd want his approval on every little thing, like, oh, we're going to leave at this time, we're going to stay at this hotel, we're going to do this, I'm going to get this food, and now I just do it.
Being together for 35 years, the two rarely spend time apart now.
It's baseball 24/7. It's the vaqueros. What are we going to do to be better? What do we got to do? She has to hear everything about the pitching and the hitting, and she does a good job. Listening a lot, but there's times she's probably like, man, I just want to get away and go to Padre.
But she stays dedicated to the team. The guys go to her first before going to Derek.
She's been a second mom to me ever since I got here 3 years ago. She's just taken me under the wing and taking care of me. Anything I've needed, she's been there for us. And especially for me, my mom's in the hospital and she's been very helpful with that. So I appreciate her and everything she does.
The Matlocks are keeping family values strong within their program.
And they see me with her, and it gives them about how they should treat their girlfriend or how they should treat their mom, and I think that's a big part of kids' development when they're 18 or 22, learning to love and cherish the girl you're with, and they see that with her and me.
In Edinburgh, Bella Michaels, Channel 5 Sports.
It's no secret that football can be dangerous. One big hit can cause a life-changing injury. But for PSG high school freshman Aaron Bazan, it was a series of hits on the field. His mother recalls the moment she knew something was wrong with her son.
I noticed that he was off balancing, so I was like, something's wrong with him. So right away I ran towards, because I was already standing up on the gate, because that's where I usually stand. Ran up on the gate, and then I was like, get him out, take him out already.
The 14-year-old was rushed to the hospital.
He was already pale white. Doctors were so quick to act and took him to get the CT, identified the issue, intubated him, so forth, and then that's when he went into surgery.
His neurosurgeon at DHR Health, Jacinto Magnon, said Bazan came in with a subdural hematoma,
which is pretty much a big clot underneath the membranes that cover the brain.
An injury he says he doesn't usually see in children suffering from head trauma. Magnon says these blood clots can be dangerous if not treated quickly.
The longer the brain's under pressure, especially in a young patient, the longer it's prone to stroke it.
So they operated immediately.
We did an emergent craniotomy, which is essentially taking part of the skull off and opening the members of the brain to suck this clot out, in layman terms. And that in turn takes the pressure off the brain and relaxes everything so everything can come back into place.
Aaron has been in the hospital for about 2 weeks now. He can't move anything on his right side, but he does feel sensation there, which is a good sign. And his left side is functioning, so he is slowly feeling better, but he's still not on solid foods yet. He's being fed through a G-tube.
He's shown a lot of progress. Today he walked actually from where he's sitting at all the way to the door and then back. You know, of course not by himself, with assistance to the right leg, he's able to do that, and he had a walker.
Is he moving his right foot by himself, or?
He's initiating.
Bazan is able to communicate by texting, but he's only able to use his left hand.
Thumbs up for the Cowboys.
That's a thumbs up for the Cowboys.
Unfortunately for his parents, he's a Green Bay Packers fan.
And football is inevitable. Everybody's going to play football. There's no real way to avoid an injury. And I think the key to all these injuries and preventing these injuries is based off education.
His doctor and family say the teen will not be able to play contact sports again. While they will miss seeing his plays on the field, they're thankful he's alive and on the road to recovery. His first day of rehab already is in the books.
Every day he amazes me, every day. Like, I'm sure, like, you know, so he's come a long way, and it's a big progress that he's done.
In Edinburgh,
Yeah, like that's him, you know?
Bella Michaels, Channel 5 News. There's a lot of distance between the Valley and Ukraine, but emotionally the fight hits close to home for UTRGV's newest additions, Dima Zador and Alex Horuk.
My family happened to be in Ukraine during all the process started there.
The Ukrainian natives have something more to play for this season.
It's kind of putting a lot of pressure in terms of like I'm here in safe environment and stuff.
When the war started, I was still playing basketball, and it was hard for me to focus on basketball and do my things like I used to do.
Alex's parents are here in the States now, while Dima's are fighting back home in Ukraine. Male citizens between the ages of 18 to 60 years old are prohibited from leaving the country.
It's kind of a bit scary, but it was their choice to join the forces.
Now 4 months into war, Ukraine is still battling through.
I'm proud of my country because it's supposed to be a 3 days deal to overtake our country, and right now it's 130 days, and we made it this far.
But contacting his family has been a challenge.
It's just a matter of charging their phones there, because what Russian Federation do to our country, they destroy all the power plants, so there is no power in a country and in some places. So I would say I talked to my family once in 3-5 days, just call them, make sure they're okay, make sure they're alive.
Dima's thankful to be living in the States now.
They gotta understand that they have to be grateful to live in this free country, to have a free choice, and that they can actually express their beliefs.
Alex has a message for the Ukrainian youth.
I just want to inspire them, and because I'm from a small city, it's hard for me to believe that I'm going to be a basketball player for Division I school in America. I had ups and downs, but it's just like you just got to keep working.
The guys are thankful for each other.
He's like a big brother to me. It's good to have somebody from your own country who share the same culture, the same language.
I'm just grateful for an opportunity to, have this kid on a team and, be a teammate and fight with him, for the whole season, for what we believe in, for what we stand.
Dima told me that he'll be providing leadership and guidance to his teammates because nothing that they go through on the court this season could be tougher than what his family is going through in Ukraine. Every time he steps into this locker room, he'll be representing his country and his new home here in the Valley. In Edinburgh, Bella Michaels, Channel 5 Sports.